Delco After Dark live music series. Live on. Hey, there we are, driving by the Wawa corporate offices over at Red Roof. Hey, and there's some more Wawa. Hey, going through, heading to town to... Oh, Jesus. Hey, Frank's on the show as we head by the Sterling Pig, one of the places. And hey, that's where the coffee club used to be. Ah, the memories. You know what? Hey, there's me. Hey, I'm on the show too. This is like the State Street montage. This is like the heart of Delaware County. At least we didn't get hit by the trolley or nothing because, there's the trolley. Delco After Dark opening montage. Hey, stop by the Media Theater because, hey, and then you got to go by John's. O'Connell's over in Springfield. But we just sort of parked at the 2312 because we did, hey, Pinocchio's. Got to stop by Wawa and eat off the trash can because that's what you do. Delco After Dark. Come on, join us for a little bit. Singer-songwriter series. Right here on Twitch and Facebook. Right now.
Hey everybody, welcome to Delco After Dark. It's Saturday night, and do you know where you are? Because I know where I am, and I know where the people are. So let's think about life for a minute. You know, it's got its ups and downs, but you know, it's better than the alternative, they say. But you know, it's been about a week since the Phillies, well, you know, hey, but at least the Diamondbacks, they got screwed. Blah, blah. Who cares? We don't do sports ball. Let us begin with Delco After Dark. There should be a nice fade in. I got a new computer here. Oh, look at that. It's a faded. Whoa, it's a little bright. I may have to change this light. Alexa, set porch to 30%. It's still too bright. Alexa, set porch to 20%. Still too bright. Alexa, set porch to 100%. Oh my God, it's like on the side. Alexa, set porch to blue. There you go. I'll do the whole thing in blue. Hey, everybody. I can do the whole thing in blue. That's kind of weird. Hey, no guest tonight. No Frank. No guest. No, nothing. I had a really late comedian gig at the theater. So nothing really planned for tonight. And I'm not going to be on for that long because I am tired. But I'm going to go over like my first ever bass gig last night. But I think I'm going to do it in red. Alexa, set porch to red. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. So, for those of you that weren't there, last night over in Swarthmore, I played with Kay Siren with her band and a bunch of other ladies rock Delco, some really neat ladies who were doing their thing. And I played bass for her band, and I've never played bass before, and I thought I was pretty damn good. Practiced my ass off for it. I wasn't sure how late it was going to be for the comedian, so I didn't want Frank to, like, you know, come out and then nobody here for him, you know. It's been a while since we've had a Frank sighting. We may have to start zooming him in. You know, if that's the only way we can get him, then that's what we'll do. I think what's up, little cat? Psst, psst, psst. That little cat wants to say hi. Alexa, set porch to green. See, that one's a little weird too. It's gonna be a weird night. So yeah, last night over at Warehouse 3 in Swarthmore, which is run by an old classmate of mine from Pencrest. So go Lions, I guess is what they were. I don't remember. But we went in there and played our tunes, and I practiced the living shit out of them. So it did not suck. I don't know if I hit all the right notes, but at least I stayed in the right keys. So I gotta say, learning a song on a bass is way easier. I mean, I'm not saying that playing bass is easier than guitar. Yes, it is. But it's way easier to learn a song. How about that? On bass than it is on guitar. Now, mastering it is a whole nother story. But
But apparently all these little goofy runs that I've done my whole life between chords, to try and make it sound interesting, come in pretty handy for the bass, at least in certain keys. But that's the way it is on a guitar too. If you throw a weird key at me on a guitar, like you want to do something in like, C sharp, then I'll follow you, but it ain't gonna be purty. It's just gonna be strummy, strum, strum, and then a little bit more strum. Alexa, set Den to yellow. Oh wait, not.
Share the name Den. Which one did you want?
Now Alexa, set porch to yellow. See, it gives me a little bit of color. I look a little jaundiced. I look a little Simpsons-ish. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I've done since the last time we were on. Pretty much, I went up to Utica, I keep going Utica, Unork. I keep saying Unork. Unork. I keep saying that. I went up to Utica, New York, and played for the 200 people that showed up to get autographs and chat with Kelsey Grammer. And I really wanted to talk to him for a little bit, but I know there was a lot of people, so I kind of backed off. But I really wanted to see if he wanted to come down and do a one-man Christmas carol at the media and help raise some money for the theater, because it would have been really nice. And I think he would have. He's a super nice guy. We ended up having to really, rush the last, 20 or 30 people, because he liked to talk to the people. They would go and they would want to talk about stuff, and he wanted to talk with them. So that's kind of cool. Super nice guy. Yeah, my daughter's learning some yes-based stuff, which is next friggin' level. That stuff is ridiculous. Oh, I hear a mom in the distance. Mom, are you okay? Is no answer a good thing or a bad thing? I'm still learning. The mic won't pick that up. Well, you know what? This is what happens. I'll be right back. When you hear help, you got to go, and I've got no one to cover for me. Hey, little cat, cover me. Oh, Alexa, what are today's events?
Carl, there's nothing on your calendar
What?
for the next 30 days.
Alexa, what's today's news?
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Janine Hurst. Arab foreign ministers told Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Amman, Jordan today they want the U.S. to urge Israel to declare a ceasefire in Gaza. But Blinken says that would allow Hamas to attack Israel again.
It's our view that a ceasefire now would simply leave Hamas in place, able to regroup and repeat what it did on October 7th. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just a few days ago, a senior Hamas official said that it was their intent to do October 7th again and again and again.
Blinken says the U.S. supports Israel's right to defend itself, but it also has to protect Palestinian civilians. He says the allies in the region are committed to ending the violence and bringing about a lasting peace. And protests were held in cities around the world today calling for a ceasefire in Gaza and standing in solidarity with Palestinians. In Washington state, demonstrators gathered at the state capitol. Northwest News Network's Jeannie Lindsay was there.
The demonstrators' chants echoed across the grounds surrounding Washington's Capitol. In a die-in, protesters lied down on the Capitol steps while holding pieces of paper with the names of Palestinians who have been killed. Gabriel Mansour, who is Palestinian and has family in the West Bank, was among those at the Capitol.
It's very hard to cope with the genocide of your race, to see that you're not looked upon as people.
The protest was one of dozens across the country calling for the U.S. to end its support for Israel and to urge a ceasefire in Gaza. For NPR News, I'm Jeannie Lindsay in Olympia.
Meanwhile, thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters also marched in Washington, D.C. today, along with other cities around the U.S. The head of the European Union's executive branch has made a surprise visit to Ukraine. Terry Schultz reports she encouraged the Ukrainian government to continue
Alexa, play a fart.
Alarm set for 7:30 a.m.
No.
to
No,
drive
I said Alexa, Alexa, play a fart.
Start of the war, European Commission President
Alexa, stop. This is my co-host now. This is what I got. Anyway, so I was up in Utica, and oh, I'm so tired. And met him, and then drove up and drove back. And my kids were really helpful in watching Bob and getting stuff done. And then I played Kate's thing last night, and that was a lot of fun, and I didn't screw it up. And then I was working on comedians tonight, and I'm exhausted, and there's nobody here, so I just wanted to chime in and say hello for a quick minute. And I don't know what's next on the calendar. It was really fun playing bass, though. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Practiced my ass off. Like, I practiced all of her songs, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a day for like 2 weeks until I knew them backwards and forwards. And still sat there with a notebook because I didn't want to screw them up. But the weird thing is I haven't been nervous beginning to play a gig in like, I don't know, 20 years. So it was kind of interesting to have that butterfly effect, as it were, kind of thing going on. But while I was there, I get a call from my son that, oh, by the way, the kitchen's on fire. Ha, ha, ha. He puts a garlic knot in my microwave and it kind of blows up. Puts it in for like 2 minutes. It blows up. There's fire and smoke or whatever. And I'm busy on stage, and I get done and I sit down to watch the other acts, and there's like 3 phone calls and a text about my kitchen's on fire. So I'm just like, can I have a minute? Can I just have a minute? I was smiling for, I don't know, a good 30 seconds. I have witnesses. I was literally smiling, and not this shit, not this entertaining shit. I was like legitimately pseudo happy for 5 fucking minutes, and then, hey, kitchen's on fire. Yeah, okay, great. Kitchen's not on fire. It's not that bad. But I did have to order a new microwave. Upshot though, I'm getting one tomorrow with an air fryer built into it. Now I know the air fryers that are in microwaves are not as good as a natural air fryer, but they're almost as good, and I already have an air fryer, so I'm curious to see how good it is. I'll tell you what, you can really dump some money on a microwave if you so desire, because they got some top of the line ones, but this one's pretty reasonable, and that's arriving. Mary Poppins is coming up at the theater. That's going to be fun. Finding Nemo for the kids is coming up. I'm sound designing both of those shows, but I'm going to be running the kids show. But Mary Poppins I'm handing off to someone else because that's just too much work for me. And what else? I don't know. I've really rethankness. I've really rethought my track list for the next album. I had it really solidly down of what it was going to be. Alexa, set porch to purple. Is there a purple? That's a little purple. I really for years cause I mean this is the one that I've I have to get this one done before that, and then I have to get this one done before that. So this is the one I've been waiting to do. For some of them for years, and I really had the track list down. I could tell it to you by memory. It's like the first 5 tracks are like, old girlfriend song, different old girlfriend song, different old girlfriend song, different old girlfriend song, different old girlfriend song, like 5. But that's all gone now. So they all still exist. Whoop! But they're gonna go on a next album, and I'm gonna like push the Early Bird, the Night Owl, which is that really cool one that's with the hieroglyphics and the KF that is actually hanging on the wall. I was so determined that was going to be the next album that I had them printed up and mounted on the wall, and then I came out with Abandoned Oddities, which I listened to a couple tracks the other day. They freaking rock, dude. Those goofy little tunes are fun as hell. You should have one. One of them's actually Delco After Dark. Like, you can go on there, and one of the tracks on that album is like literally labeled, I think it's track 4 or 5. It's Delco After Dark, which is the theme song from this, minus my vocal, of course. It's not in there because, it could be, but kind of, yeah. But like I said, that's done now. That's an entirely. Parts of that. There's going to be one song that's going to go onto this album, and then because I've got like seven or 10 tracks that are up here, except for Pale of the Moon. Pale of the Moon is all done. That one I'm not doing anything with because it's perfect. That one's going on the next one, and that one's all done. But then I'll finally get to the ones that I recorded. Some of them upwards of like 10 years ago, like Never Learn and More Than You Sow and Mariner Song, which Mariner Song is my favorite song that I do, and I've never recorded a good version of it. Alexa, set Den to Crimson.
A few things share the name Den. Which one did you want?
Alexa, set Porch to Crimson. There's a Crimson. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That was a Crimson. So anywho, that was it. Drove up to Utica, played up there for the patrons up there, and met Kelsey Grammer. Played in Kate's band, and did not suck. So, depending on how grumpy you are, I could play bass for you, maybe. Did the Comedians tonight, putting out a couple albums. Going to get some much needed sleep. Had a really interesting experience at PNC Bank. We found they sent me a letter back in August about a safety deposit box that we did not know existed that was being remitted back to the state. And I was like, no, it's not. So I went through a bunch of hoops and jumped through them and was able to secure the safety deposit box that was my mother's. And I took her over to the bank, and we had a nice afternoon opening it up and going through it. Because the bank that she had it originally was closed, so it went to their master offices in Pittsburgh or whatever, so we had to get it back to Philadelphia, and it was a pain in the ass to do it. But there was a bunch of cool shit in there. There was a bunch of cool, interesting stuff, old death certificates and bonds and stocks and all this other crap. There's also all this kind of neat stuff, all of it, like, stuff with punch cards, like it was deposited. Some of them like deposited in like 1953, which is, that's old. That's like really old. That's like 70 years old. What else? That's about it mostly. Just chiming in. Like I just got in the door from seeing the comedians down at the theater. We had 4 or 5 comedians on, and they were pretty good. Some of them were really good. But watching them, if I sat down, look what I'm doing now. If I sat down and made a set, really focused on something, I could do that. I used to do that 30 years ago, 35 years ago, 30, a long time ago, for that one summer in 88, I think, or 87, I was a comedian in Philly, and it was fun, but it was a lot of work. The problem is hecklers. The problem is if you get it's at any given, the social contract just breaks down. At any moment, anyone can stand up and start yelling at you. I watched David Cross, who is pretty fucking big comedian. I watched him get heckled. I mean, at any moment, anyone could yell out something, and you got to deal with it. And I don't like rejection, and I don't like confrontation, and I try to avoid both when possible. So I like my communication to be one way when it comes to this. In relationships, 2 ways. See, he says that. Does he mean it? I know. I should do a show where I cold call all my old girlfriends and they yell at me. Let's do that. That won't be awkward at all. Oh, that'd be so cringeworthy. Oh my God. Hey, how's it going? Who is this? It's me. Who? They don't even remember. That'd be hysterical. But that's about it. But that's about it. So that's amazing if that picked me up all the way over there, facing the wrong direction and shit. These mics are pretty badass. Even with Joe. Joe leaves yet last week, and we talked for an hour and a half or something. I should have just cut that show up into 2 and aired it over the course of 2 weeks. I got to start doing that. Oh, Kate Siren's coming on the weekend, on Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to play a couple tunes maybe. We're going to go on the comfy couch because I've redone the porch, which you probably can't tell from this angle, but it's I've returned it to its natural state. So there's a little sitting room on the other side that doggies or kitties or Catherines can sit on. I don't know. But aside from that, well, yeah, you're available. What? Yeah, what? You're gonna come up from from Florida? Actually, I was listening to Ron DeSantis on MSNBC, and he didn't sound entirely insane. Not saying I'd vote for him, but I'm like, why doesn't he sound insane? He's waiting out Trump. He's waiting out to see what happens with Trump, and then he's in the race, but Trump's got like 43% of the polling, which is interesting. But then so does Biden. They're both too fucking old. They're too old. You have to be 36 years old to become president. I think that you should not be able. I wouldn't trust an 80. I mean, no offense, anybody or me. I wouldn't trust an 80-year-old to do anything for me. I wouldn't trust. Hey, I need a loaf of bread, a stick of butter, and a quart of milk. Can you drive down to the store and not kill anyone and get that? Okay, I can do that. How do I tie my shoes? No, fuck you. No, I don't want someone 80 years old running my country. I don't care how many handlers you got. I don't care, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, a Whig. Yeah, the Whigs. Yeah, I remember those guys. I don't know, is it the Bull Moose Party? That was Teddy Roosevelt's when he left the office and went, shit, I didn't really want to leave. Alexa, set porch to cyan. Ooh, cyan. Yeah, it's colorful tonight. This is like the Every Breath You Take videos from 1983 from Synchronicity. They had like 4 different versions. I think they had like black, green, red, yellow, and blue for no particular reason, And some people use that. Sting hates it. Some people use Every Breath You Take as a, as a wedding song. And he's like, yo, that's not a good song. If you really listen to it, it ain't actually the thing about here's the weird thing about comedy. Let's talk about things before I go. Let's talk about things that are like absolute reversals of themselves for a hot minute. So when you go see a comedian, with the exception of Eddie Izzard, Jenny and I saw Eddie a couple weeks ago, and he was brilliant, and he did a couple of his old bits a little bit, which we were all really happy to hear. But for the most part, 99% of the time, when you see a comedian, that shit better be new. He has to constantly be making new material. As great as that last album was, you don't want to hear it again. You want to hear something new. It's a comedian. Let's reverse that. But you're going to see a band. You don't want to hear the new shit. You better play the fucking classics. It's so reversed. What you want from a comedian is exactly opposite of what you want from a musical group or singer. And I think that's kind of interesting. That you're going, because everything else, you drive your car into the city, you pay your ticket, you go into the lobby, you get your little Zagnut or whatever. Hey, can I fly you on a Zagnut? Or you go into the city and you sit down in your seat, and one, you want to hear what they've done before, and the other, you better fucking not. I think that's kind of interesting. In the same vein, croutons, little pieces of bread in your salad. When a crouton is fresh, it's hard, it's crunchy. When it's stale, it's mushy. Bread, when it's fresh, it's mushy. When it's stale, see where I'm going? When it's stale, it's hard. Same thing. All a crouton and a bread is they're the same thing. But the one is fresh when it's hard and crunchy. The other is fresh when it's mushy. And then it's the same thing though. It's the same form of matter, but in two different, what? How does that work? All right. That's my. Shane, you better get your ass down here. We'll play a couple prime tunes. Last I checked, I think me going to your place and you're coming to my place, I've got you beat at the moment. I think I've got 3-2. It might be 3-3. I don't know, man. I might be 4. I think I might have 4. Two Halloweens, a spare one, and then I think another one I turned up there for no adequately explored reason. So I think it's your turn. Get on down here and we'll play some of those, shitty prime tunes. Just don't put a capo on it. Motherfucker. I mean, if you do, just let me know beforehand, Yeah, thank God Kate never used a capo. Like the whole night she never used a capo. I'm like, oh, thank God. Because that's what I got to think. I'm like, well, this is that, but now this is this. I use capos all the time. I love like stepping up 2 steps. I'm a high tenor 2. I'm not a tenor 1 by any means, but I'm definitely a tenor 2, and I love to move up a couple steps. But anywho, what do we got? Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. Okay, what's the final color? I did yellow, I did blue, I did green, I did teal, I did crimson, mauve? Alexa, set porch to mauve. No way. What? Well, that's nothing. That's just dark. That's not even a color. The fuck? Well, that's not a thing. What is that? What is that in the background? Is that a light? Like, look, see, if you look real close, you can see me. Like, hey everybody, how's it going? Yeah, maybe she thought I said off. You might be right. Alexa, set porch to mauve. Ah, yeah, you're right. My Delco, she thought I said off. That's funny. Alexa, play a fart.
Alarm set for 7:30 a.m.
Let's
tomorrow.
keep saying that. I keep saying play a fart, but hold on. Alexa, how old are you?
I'm 8 years old, but I've heard that age doesn't matter unless you're a cheese.
Oh, that is true. Alexa, what's your favorite color? Alexa, what's your favorite color?
I like ultraviolet. It glows with everything.
All right, we are not continuing this. This is not playing out like this. Oh, Bobby's right. We got to turn back our clock. That's right. Spring into action and then fall on your face. Is that how it goes? I forget. I don't know. I don't know, but it just means that it's going to get dark at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Kids will be coming home from school and it'll be like pitch fucking black. Thank God it happens after Halloween. Halloween. I didn't talk about Halloween. So my mom's a soda lady, so I have to go to Costco or Acme or your soda place of choice and go there and get massive amounts of sodas. This year it was about 350 sodas and 200 juice boxes for a total of more or less about 520 sodas and stuff. And I thought I got too many sodas because we hit like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and there was still a hefty amount of sodas, especially Mountain Dews. I got a double pack of Mountain Dews. I got I think 70 Mountain Dews because I like Mountain Dew. And I was like, if a couple of them end up extra, then Daddy gets his candy. They took them all. Those rotten kids took every soda, every single one. And a lot of the juice boxes too. But they enjoy it. And it was funny. Like they were like, the soda lady. And Mom sat out with her electric blanket on her throne. I gave her some soup before she went. So she sat out and held court to all the kids that came up and handed out sodas and juice boxes. And she's done it for 20 years. She's a fucking legend. And will always be as long as I'm able to make it happen for her. So there you go. To the children, to the 20 years of children in media that know Mom as the one fellow was like, there should be a plaque. There should be a plaque on like a historical property plaque on the house. Here's the soda lady. This is where the soda lady was. So yeah, Mom was able to do that, and she had a really good time, and interacted with everyone, and just had a great time with it. So anyway, there's Halloween. So Halloween, and went to Utica and played with Kate. And the Kate thing was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was fun actually being nervous for a change again. It felt a lot like a dress rehearsal for the shows. When I do the shows down at the media, when I used to do them, I would be super nervous and super upset
for the first dress with the band, with everything. Like all the actors are wearing their mics. The band is playing all their stuff. Everything's going in place, and it's tough. It's really tough. And it works every time, but I'm a wreck. The whole day I'm a wreck. I'm like in a little ball on the couch, waiting for the evening to come so I could fuck up things or just get them right or whatever. Yeah, never come see a show on opening night. Don't do it unless there's food. If there's food, then you come get some. That's what Jill and I used to do every time. We would go there because there was food and we would get the free food. I see this commercial from, it's a weight loss program, and it's like free food is your trigger. And it absolutely is. If I know there's free food somewhere, I won't eat that day. I won't eat the day because I know there's free food there that night. And there was always free food for the openings of all the shows, except for this last one. The prom didn't really get that, but that's a whole nother story. Joe was here last week. Joe has, I think, in the interim been promoted to chairman of the board as opposed to co-chair. So congratulations and condolences to Joe. They were at Kate's show last night, so that was always nice to. And my friends Pam and Phil were there to support my. And Phil was my bass player. Like if anyone ever picks up like the first New Folk album, which is literally just called New Folk from 1993. The re-release digitally was 2018, I think, but the first, it was like 1993. Phil is my bass player for that whole album. He got like a little stick Steinberger Hohner bass thing and played it. Alexa, set den to light blue. I keep saying den instead, because I'm in the den most of the time. Alexa, set porch to light blue. That's not much of a change. Anything's better than just the white. That white is stark. What's like an off-white? Could I say off-white? Alexa, set office to off-white.
I don't know how to set office to that setting.
I said office again. Alexa, set porch to off-white.
I don't know how to set porch to that setting.
Okay. Pink? Oh, I can try pink. Alexa, set porch to pink. Yeah, it's a little bit of color. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to say hi. Like I said, I've got some guests coming up. It's been light because I've just been busy with other stuff and life and stuff like that. But we've definitely got Amy's coming on from Game on State. Kate's coming on. Steve Najmoli, I think from the media, not the media, but the Delco Restaurant Review is stopping by. Matt Evans is going to swing by. Denzel's coming on. There's a lot of people that are going to stop by. It's just a little crazy with a lot of other stuff happening in my life. So, but I still enjoy doing it. Frank calls it like a zombie show, but I think it's still got some life left. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I gotta find a co-host. I'm trying to get one of my kids to, my daughter's like, yeah, I can do it. I'm like, oh, hey, you want to do it? She's like, I'm a little busy right now. So, I mean, that was the nice thing about Frank is he was solid for years and years and years. And it's just his circumstance that is like, slowed him down a bit, but still, I know he wants to be here. Patty did it for like a month. It was like, I'm done. Scandal held on for a while. I think Scandal held on for like a couple months. He was like a couple months, and then I think he found a lady, and that's death. Once you find a lady, man, it's death for hanging out with your bros doing something. It's like, yeah, and I've done it. Boy, you go ask my friends. When I fall for a girl, it's like, it's like, later, dudes. You don't see me. I'm terrible at it. I think Jenny's coming by too. My niece Jenny. I think she's going to stop by. The Duffys, the Southwind. The Duffys are going to stop by. In fact, he wants me to promote his luthier business because he's really fucking killing it. He's really setting up my guitars like next level shit. I don't know if I showed you guys my Joan Jett electric guitar that I have, which is fucking awesome. Yeah, it's a white Joan Jett guitar. I would never have picked it myself, like ever. But it was going to be thrown out, and he fixed it, and the neck was literally snapped in half. I mean, it was like thunk, like, like a pencil. Like remember when you were a kid and you'd put the pencil between your fingers and go snap? Or was that just me? Was that just me breaking pencils like a little vandal? But it was snapped like that, and he brought that motherfucker back to life. It sounds great. It looks great. I don't really play a lot. For those of you that know me, I don't play much electric. I've never been able to get a good tune out of an electric because I play so many open chords, and I'm fucking good at it. But electric, you do a lot of bar stuff up the neck, and I just don't play that much up the neck. I do a lot of my shit, like low down the neck, and always have, So, but I've got one because occasionally I will put an electric on a song or a little noodle here or there. Oh, I was in a movie last night. No, wait, tonight? Steve Hansko is at a movie festival. It's a short movie festival, and my friend Oliver, who's Kate's husband, Kate from the band I was playing in, he needed an extra for a movie, and he needed a piano player, and I was like, I'll do it. So I put on my blue suit, and I'm there like playing piano, playing piano, and it's kind of funny. And also, it's really hard not to play piano when you're playing piano, for the fingers not to touch the keys. It's really, really tough to not touch the keys. So, also there should be no lag tonight. I plugged into my massive router that a friend quote gave me. It's a router jumper. It's like a Cisco or something. I think it is Cisco. I don't know what it is. It's a Netgear. I'm sorry. It's a Skyhawk Netgear, and it picks up a signal wirelessly, and then you can actually plug in a Cat 5 to it, and it will give you between 300 and 400, rate up and down, which is great, which is why you're seeing this without any lag. Last week, because of the new build, I was doing it wirelessly from the porch, and I know that you got some lags, but this should be pretty fucking solid. But yeah, I was in this movie. So my friend Steve Hansko, who was on last week with Joe, he's like, he texts me. He goes, "Are you in a movie?" And I go, and I'm like, because that guy really looks like you. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah. I'm a Renaissance man. I do it all. I make it happen. Yeah, I can put any instrument on your tracks and record it in the studio. You're all gonna go into a studio and pay like $70 or $80 an hour to some guy to do it. I can do it for you in the basement for nothing. For nothing. Just come over here and get on the fucking show, and I'll record your tracks for you. And I'll be like, that needs some keyboard. That could use some bass. Harmonica, do that too. You can dial me up playing harmonica on NBC 10 with Frank, and keyboard. Somehow I'm just dangerous enough with every single instrument except violin or trumpet. And I used to play trumpet in grade school. I was horrible at it. I was listening to this guy talk about the magic of the trumpet, which is 3 buttons. It's not my joke at all. 3 buttons. They get all the notes from 3 buttons. That's it. Every note you can imagine up and down, they can make happen with 3 buttons. What the fuck? What kind of that's like fucking alchemy. I mean, like a guitar, like the notes, or piano. They got like 88 keys or some shit. Not my piano, my SD1 downstairs. 33 years rocking it and still killing it. Was able to release Abandoned Oddities last year from a lot of shit that I recorded 30 years ago. And I put those tracks on and rode my bike in the cemetery over at St. Peter and Paul's for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, over and over and over and over and over again. This one's too loud. That one's too soft. This one needs more of that. That one needs less of this. And then when I released it in, I think, July, and it has 50 tracks on it. And they're all just these little instrumental ditties. And are some better than others? Yeah. Are some really good? Yeah. Some are really good. So says Mike Nappy. There you go. That's my litmus test. If Nappy says that they rock, then I'm okay with that. Alexa, set den. I did it again. Alexa.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Alexa, set porch to gold.
I don't know how to set porch to that setting.
Alexa, set porch to gold. Oh, that's not too bad either. Yeah, it's kind of mysterious. So yeah, album's coming out. Some other stuff. Played with Kate. Found the safety deposit box. Did the comedy show. I'm expecting a new battery for my electric bike so I can get out on the street again, although it's going to be too cold by the time it finally arrives from China. There's a bunch of political stuff going on. I don't give a fuck about that. We're not going to talk about that. I want to get back into music a little bit. I want musicians, man. I want musicians to come on and fucking play. I don't care what time of day you do it. You know, you just come on, stop by, play 2 or 3 songs on the comfy couch. I can, you know, accompany it on mandolin or harmonica or key or bass or sing or, you know, with like penny whistle or butt flute. I don't give a fuck. Just come over and play a couple tunes, and then we'll just, like, you know, play them over the course of the thing. Because right now, I've bullshitted enough where I could probably, you know, if I had somebody loaded in the chamber, I could put on their yeah, seriously. You know, yeah, you don't even have to drink a soda, at least. I'll even let you go with that. Although you should still drink a soda. Just, yeah, come on. And then I could, like, just hit play, and then we don't care if that's pre-recorded. In fact, we could just make fun of it. I could watch it with you and go, well, what are they thinking about here? I did that. There was a hot minute before Shane took over Monday nights. This was right after we gave up Monday, Wednesdays, and just did Fridays. Then on Monday nights, I would do, what do you call it? Best of Dad. And I would load up an old show, of which there are several. If you were to sit down and watch all the dads, it would take you, I think, a week and a half. You'd have to just sit down. I mean, maybe more. There's like, that first year, there's like was it 50, that's 100, and then another like 40, so that's 140, and then that first year, it was 3 times a week. So let's say about 300. So what's 300 hours? 300 is how many days is this? 24 hours in a day. 24. Let's call it 25. 25 4. 1, so 4, 8, 12. So it's a week. Yeah, about a week and a half. In order to watch all the dads, I think you'd have to sit down in front of your monitor for like a week and a half, nonstop, round the clock, until your eyes bleed, and then you'd watch all the dads. That actually doesn't sound like that much. I thought it'd be more than that. I'm not good with my math. Math is hard, Barbie. I gotta catch the Barbie movie. Wanted to catch it, but didn't get around to seeing it. So anyway, yeah, it'll be fun. Carry the one. No. Oh yeah, John's coming on. Thank you for reminding me, Naz. Yeah, John's coming on too. He's going to stop by at some point and talk, probably drums, have some soda, and then we will discuss what's the best Rush song. Hint, it has letters in the title. Several, or at least 3. But so that's about it. I covered a lot of stuff. Oh, I think my daughter's going to join me, and we're going to play some stuff on the back. She keeps asking to, and I'm like, okay, come on. Although she's better than me at this point. I think both my kids probably play better than me, which is what you want, I guess. Can't outright me, though. Nope. Nobody can. Nobody can write a song like Old May. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm beat. All right, that's good enough. 11:15, 45. Longer than I thought. Alexa, set on porch to white. God, look at that shit. This is like, okay, click. Now turn to the right. Click. Turn to the left. Click. Jiminy crickets. Alexa, set porch to 20%. Still too bright. I got to switch this light bulb out with a different one. This one's just like too harsh. I totally remember when we saw Rush at the Spectrum. We saw the Rush at the Spectrum in the 3rd row. That was amazing. It was just like the best. That was the Counterparts tour. I want to say it was 96. Could have been 7. Probably 6, though. If it was 7, it was early 7, so it was probably 6. It was back when I was still at the post office delivering mail. Oh, that's the other thing. I think Eddie and I tentatively, I haven't signed up officially for it, but we're going to probably run the turkey trot over with Brenda and maybe her daughter over in over in Wally World, over in Wallingford, which is like a 5K running thing, gobble, 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 on Thanksgiving weekend. So, I don't know if I can do that. There's like cabarets at the Media Theater. Yes, come see the Christmas cabarets. They're going to be festive. Get ready to giggle with festive happiness. The weekend of, like basically homecoming weekend, the weekend of Thanksgiving. It's not just for shopping. Oh my God, I have to start Christmas shopping. Seriously. I don't have the energy for this shit. Can we just wish everybody a Merry Christmas? Oh, and I have an ethical dilemma for you. I was talking to a friend of mine about this. I had somebody get super mad at me about this. When you eat at a family dinner with other family members, like Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter or Arbor Day or, Groundhog Day or, like Best Pizza Day. When you eat at the big table, the whole family's at the kids' tables over there, do you and your significant other sit next to each other, or do you sit opposite each other, or does it fucking matter? Is that a big deal? Is that a hill to die on? So you're sitting down at dinner, and the way that the chairs just work out or whatever is that you sit next to your partner or across from them, because in my family, they sit across. And I didn't realize that this was a no-no in the rest of culture, that this was like literally something to fight about massively. And I forgot about this. This happened to me years and years ago, and I forgot. The level of not like, well, that was kind of weird. It was just like next level thing. And I've never figured out if that's really a thing or not. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Except for the vegans. They're not, they want that tofu turkey. Yeah. So, it was massive. It was one of those things where I'm also oblivious, in case you didn't figure that out about my adorable ass, is that I'm just like, la la la, nom nom nom, nom nom nom, and my significant other, you all know who it is, my significant other is across the table, fuming, just so fucking mad. And I am like, nom nom nom, stuffing, I love stuffing, it's the best. You know what I love more than stuffing? Gravy on the stuffing. Pass me a slice of that gravy, Mom. Hot damn. And I'm just like, nom, 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 nom. How's it? You doing good too? No. Man, when that Thanksgiving was over, man, I got verbally punched in the dick. And not in a good way. Oh, man. So I was like, did I fuck up? Maybe. I'm kind of ignorant. Luckily I'm adorable, although it's going away as I get older, but I can be like goofy and stupid. The green bean casserole. The lefties. Oh yeah, dude, the lefties have to get that last sort of spot. My sister's a lefty. Also, there's something to be said if you are running to the kitchen to do stuff. If you're one of the cooks, then you are sitting on the end of the table that is closest to the kitchen, and having to run back and forth and get the shit, especially gravy. That gravy empties out super fast. Like that Thanksgiving's come. Oh shit. Am I cooking Thanksgiving? Oh, oh no, I think I'm cooking Thanksgiving. Oh, well, I got to get a new microwave because we burnt that up. By the way, what time does your family celebrate Thanksgiving? That's a joke from The Simpsons I watched a couple of years ago. I turned on The Simpsons, and they've been on for like 30 years, and you're like, man, they've run out of jokes. There's nothing there. And it was a good fucking joke. And someone was like, they were asking Homer, it's like, yeah, you should come over for Thanksgiving. And the guy asked Homer, he's like, well, what time is it? And Homer goes, nobody knows. Nobody knows what time Thanksgiving is. It just sort of happens. So what time does your family celebrate Thanksgiving? I want to say ours is between like 4 and 5, But honestly, it's whenever the fuck we feel like it and the shit's ready, you know? Christmas is a little more defined. Christmas is like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever. But Thanksgiving is like, it could be, it could be any sort of time. I don't know. But I do love the leftovers. I love a hot turkey sandwich after Thanksgiving, especially with stuffing, like real stuffing. Listen, I'm not proud. I'll eat a packet of stovetop stuffing. That's like the old Dave Chappelle joke. It's like he knew that his friends like had money or whatever because they had stovetop stuffing. I fucking love stuffing. It's just bread, and I put salt and gravy on it. Salt, 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 salt. Gravy, 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 gravy. Salt, gravy, and a green bean. Boop. Blah, 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 blah. I love it. I love those gobblers from Wawa, but I can only have them once in a while. They are exceptionally heavy, like weight-wise. Like you can feel it in your colon when you eat that thing, and it's going to my colon explode. So anywho, yeah, stuffing's my favorite too. I'll tell you what, the cranberry, and the canned cranberry. That's Steve. Steve's the one who saw me in the movie. He's the one that saw me in the movie and like texted me. And he's like, "Are you in a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." It must have been weird as shit. It must have been weird as shit for you to see me, for you to be somewhere else, nothing to do with me at all, and all of a sudden I'm in a movie. You're like, "What the fuck?" It's got to be. It must have been such a surreal moment. It's like, is that Carl playing piano? First of all, yes. Second of all, no. Because like I said, super hard to play without touching the keys. But they did film a whole version of me actually playing George Winston-esque stuff. Like I can fake the shit out of George Winston stuff. I listen to it so much that I can just play that kind of shit, like that improvisational sort of George Winston style for a long time. In fact, one of the guys watching I want to get him on the show. He's the ghost hunter here in media. He's this like 6'5" British fellow with an amazing accent that shows you all the haunted places. There's all the haunted places in Delco for you to. He's amazing. I love this guy. And he was the one that like when they got done filming me, because I just like riffed for 5 minutes of playing. And I got done. He's like, "Nice George Winston." I'm like, "Bang, bang, brother." If you do not have a copy of George Winston Autumn, which is piano improvisations, just him and a piano. It's all these tunes, and all of them have names of things in the autumn. And the cover is like a field in autumn. I think it released in, I don't know, like 85 or some shit. Go get it. Go dig it up on Spotify. It's great. It's great to create to. Like it sits in the background if you're like typing or writing a story, or if you want to just relax and stuff. Autumn, just go do it. You won't be upset. It's a solid. You're not going to rock out to it. Yeah. Although there are a couple that really kind of move me. I got to be honest. What do we got? Yeah, I bet it did. I bet it did blow you. Yeah, I mean, for me to just show up in a fucking movie. I mean, it's one thing for me to be like a goofball here on the Delco, yeah. But and then starring Carl, huh? Is this my good side? Is this my less fat side? Oh God, I gotta stop. I've had salad several times this week. I'm trying, man. I was doing good this summer, and then I just I fell off the bike, man. Carl crashed his bike. And my butt got big. So anyway, well, that's about it, man. There you go. Somehow you got a whole show out of me. I don't know why you're here watching, but I appreciate. What 11? What the fuck 11? God damn. I covered everything I possibly could. I'm not doing shit on the Middle East because I don't have a dog in that fight, and it just sounds horrible on all sides. Oof. Ugh. I am not drinking a soda by myself. It's not going to happen. There's one. You know what? I will let you guys see the soda that we will drink next week, because I picked out 2 last week and we only drank 1. So I'm not. There you go. I'm not going to drink this soda this week, but it is, I can't look. Hopefully that will show you what it is. This is really tough to do, to try and get it so you can see it and I can't. So that's the soda. That's the soda that I'm going to drink next week. So I don't know what it is, but it should be interesting. Can't read it. Here, let me see. It's really tough for me to do this without. Here, try that. Can you? How about now? Can you see it now, Lise? Because I can't. So anyway, that's the mystery soda that we'll be drinking next week. Okay, cool. Got it. All right, good. That's really tough to do. It's really tough to center it and like side eye. So, because I don't want to see it, because I love this game. I've got 24 more of them over there, and one of them's ranch. One of them is ranch soda, and I'm going to need a bucket for that shit. Last week was like cinnamon or some shit, it was like Carolina Reaper. And I got to tell you, for someone that doesn't do hot stuff anymore, wasn't that hot. And I'm glad it wasn't that hot, because I seriously don't do hot stuff. I seriously don't do hot stuff the way I used to. I used to be really good at it. There's a store up north that has 10,000 sodas, and they especially have novelty weird-ass ones. A lot of them by Lester Fixins. Come get your Fixins! And we've had stuff like peanut butter and jelly, enchilada, buffalo wing, apple pie, Martian poop, cow dung. Cow dung's chocolate soda, by the way. It was okay. And then some other like more tame ones. There might have been a bubblegum one. Bubblegum one was good. That shit was yumsy. Oh yeah, there's some super gross ones. I think Shane was there for one of the first ones. I think it was like Steve and Shane and me for that very first one, which is buffalo wing. And then from there, it just went on and on. It's like a staple. It was like, what's in the box? I haven't done what's in the box lately because I just haven't felt like dropping the money for it. So I'll get some what's in the box stuff back, and we'll try some more sodas, play some tunes on the comfy couch. And that's about it. There you go. Look at that. Didn't expect to do this. Is it the 4th? Oh, look at that. I am older than my father today. Today is the first day that it's not my birthday, but I'm the weirdo that calculated out the days that my father's, when my father passed away when I was a boy, he was 54 and like 305 days old. So right now I am 54 and 306 days old. I am older than my father, and I made it. I've been wondering if I was going to make it my whole life. So here I am. So I'm going to go celebrate by, I don't know, eating something. Although not microwaving anything, because that fucker blew up. Thanks for watching. If you play an instrument, come on over and play something on the couch, come over and play. Or, I mean, I guess people could play wherever they are, but nah, that's not part of what we do now. This live thing is what we do. This is kind of fun. Isn't it, Alexa? Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah.
Alexa, play a great big fart.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, play a fart.
Alarm set for 7:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Alexa, can you play a fart? There you go.
Welcome to Big Fart.
Extreme.
Try asking me for a random extreme fart.
Alexa, play a random extreme fart. Oh, that's a good one.
That was a thunderous one.
Yeah, what kind
Try
of one?
asking me for a relaxed fart.
Alexa,
Let's say
random.
That was a tile one. Would you like me to play another fart sound?
Alexa, stop.
Okay.
She's so polite at the end. Alexa, please stop. Okay. Dude, she is. At 7:30 in the morning, she's going to shit all over me. That's how I'm going to wake up. For no adequately explored reason, I'll be like, what the? Why does it sound like a men's gym locker room in here? Jesus Christ. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I am exhausted, and somehow I did this silly stuff. Hopefully it didn't lag. I'm almost positive it didn't lag. The setup out here in the porch now is stunningly fast because I ended up building a whole nother computer and ended up with this phenomenal desktop with a GeForce 3070 in it. This thing is ridiculous. I could do I could do VR. I'll tell you what, next week we're going to take a trip to everyone's house who wants to, I mean, you kind of dox yourself a little bit, but think about where you'd like to go in the world. And next week, we're going to take a trip around the world virtually. I'm going to put it on and make a special screen for it. We're going to travel the world. Like I, for one, I want to see the pyramids and the Temple of Karnak. Where would you like to see? Think about it. And we will catch you next week right here, maybe with a guest. That'd be great, right? Yeah, I really like it. You know, on and on, on and on, on and on.
On and on, how it feels. You don't know how it feels. You don't want to know how it feels. I would never wish that on you. No, 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 how it feels, yeah. On and on, how it feels. You don't know how it feels. You don't want to know how it feels. I would never wish that on you. No, 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 how it feels, yeah. You don't know how it feels now. I said, thank you, everybody, good night. Thank you, everybody, good night. Delco quarantine open mic. Delco quarantine open mic. Thank you, everybody, good night. Turn until the Delco late night. Right, Carl and all these other dudes, I don't know, they be talking crazy shit. Last time it was about a snowblower. Carl, crashed his bike. Yeah, Disney was pulling up. I never seen, nah, it's like I said worse.